Okay, here we are. We're going to go through my song Remedy. And this is a very rare kind of song for me because I did everything top to bottom, start to finish, total flow state. It did take a while, but I did the instrumental, all the parts, the live guitars, the live bass, the synths, but also did all the songwriting, all the lyrics, all the melodies, everything from the mumble track on. So we're going to go through all the stems and I'll tell you a little bit about the process of writing Remedy. Okay, so first off, uh, you never set out to make a certain genre or style of music, at least for me. But I started out with some 80s drums from this Oliver sample pack. So I love these. And I'm always trying to think of ways to sort of organically combine and create hybrids of things. So it's like, what if you take 80s drums, 80s synth, but pair some more modern synths on top of that or some different textures? So just looking for different contrast. So you've got the 80s synths, and then I used a couple outboard pieces of synths, a couple outboard synths like the Osmos, which is really interesting. It has this very deep key bed. So let's hear what some of these leads sound like. Actually, let's cut that. So I used some outboard synths and I used some soft synths as well. So there's the Osmos, there's Prophet 08, there's for hardware synths, and then for soft synths, there's Simplant, Omnisphere, and a few others. So let's go through. So I did the beat, and I did the chord progression. So let's hear what these 80s pads sound like. So those main chords are the Prophet 08, and I'm just doing octaves there. So panning them a little bit. So if you listen to that, got a top layer and then one octave down. And then there's also some atmospheric pads from Omnisphere. And that's a couple layers, as there's some sort of choral vocal pads and also synth pads. It was kind of like a Billy Idol 80s layering thing. So those are key. It's hard to do a melody for me without having a base of a chord progression. So. So we got also some Osmos chords in here that they almost sound like a mellotron. Kind of lo-fi, and it just adds a little grit. So when you pair that noisy lo-fi sound with the Prophet and these lusher pads, it has a lot of atmosphere. Let's see what these leads sound like. So there's a Simplant lead. And then on top of that Simplant lead, there is an Osmos lead. Let's add in just a little more texture. Let's hear just the leads. So the Osmos is adding a little width, a little texture to that. Okay, so we got the beat, we've got the chords, we've got the lead. And then, let's see, let's listen to the bass. The bass is very simple. It's really just 808s. Let's hear that with the drums. Okay, and then there's live bass on this, which I feel like adds a lot, even with all the quirks and imperfections. Sounds fine, but you added the chords and it's a lot more lusher. add in those leads. And then there's one more crucial element, which is the lead guitar. We haven't even gotten to the vocals yet, but let's hear what the lead guitar sounds like when that comes in. I feel like that it's adding a lot of rhythm, a lot of texture, and moving it along. So let's just hear the rhythm guitar. I mean, it's melody and rhythm guitar. So those both have a super plate on them, just giving it a vibe. And they also were being tracked through a optical spring reverb pedal from Game Changer Audio. So that was cool. That adds a lot of flavor and grit to it. Let's see how that gels with the bass line. Let's hear that with the drums. Okay, that's our instrumental draft. Let's add those other layers in. Okay, and then vocals were done with the Manley Ref C mic, which is really the only vocal mic I use. I've simplified it down. It's bright, it's loud, it's poppy, but I love it. And I'll show you how I did some of the layers here.
All once, all twice, feeling like you left me tonight.
So the vocals were tracked with autotune on just a little bit and then pushed a little further in the computer. So I feel like you can do it either way. You could track with vocals, track your vocals with autotune on or not, and you'll get different results. Sometimes you just hear the notes of the melody and the muse can work better when you're tracking with it. Sometimes it can paint you into a corner. So just a little bit on there is nice. I tracked it in with a UAD version of autotune. Let's solo the vocal.
Hold once, go twice.
So that is the falsetto layer. Let's listen to some of the doubles. Let's see how the layers stack up.
Hold once, go twice, feeling like you left me tonight. Seems like your heart just needs a little remedy.
All right, and the main take.
Woo. Hold once, call twice, feeling like you left me tonight. Seems like your heart just needs a little remedy.
So all those layers definitely add up. And what I'm trying to do is almost whisper takes, lowest sound with pitch for those doubles. And just that natural variation of the timing is nice.
Call once, call twice.
Beat.
Call once, call twice, feeling like you left me tonight. Seems like your heart just needs a little remedy. Call once, call twice, feeling like you left me tonight. Seems like your heart just needs a little remedy.
So you never know how it's going to work out. And this is totally different than my usual songs. Usually much more progressive house or big room. All my stuff is pretty poppy, but this is totally out of left field, 80s vibe. This is just what I received. This is the muse coming in and tapping into that and just trying to do it start to finish. Be brave, do your own vocals, get your melodies down as quickly as possible, and try to turn that mumble track into lyrics as quickly as you can. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Let's hear a little bit of the full track, and then we'll wrap up.